Hello and welcome back to the shop. What we have here are WPL's two flagship RTRs. Each comes with a 370 motor and a contra-rotating gearbox, and the one thing that really separates them is the suspension setup. While the C44 uses a 4-link setup with coil springs, the C94 benefits from WPL's recently redesigned V2 leaf springs, which are absolutely excellent. Both trucks have scale-sized wheels and tyres, which will probably mean that they won't do brilliantly in very soft sand. But I want to keep them completely stock for this test. And here's the first test: suspension compliance. I would usually expect a coil sprung vehicle to do better in a test such as this than a leaf sprung vehicle, but we shall see. I shall now apply an official Land Rover Products mug to the bonnet of the truck. I had that one. As you can see, it hardly moved. I'll lift it off, put it back, and now we'll move to the rear. My scale accessories force me to place the Land Rover mug upside down, but I think we'll get away with it. As you see, the vehicle hardly moves. Now let's try the leaf sprung one. When I apply the official Land Rover mug to the bonnet, or we should straighten the steering, shouldn't we, in case that has an effect. Let's see. Okay, much more deflection. Let's try the rear. I'm going to put the official Land Rover mug as far forward as I possibly can up against the spare wheel, and much more deflection. So one would think that this would translate to better articulation. Let's test that. These fully functional 3D printed axle stands will do a great job of letting us know how much articulation we get. The idea is to keep lifting one wheel, let's say in this case the rear, while watching to see exactly at what moment the front leaves the ground. So let's see if it can take the lower of the two axle stands. I'll slowly lift the wheel while asking you to watch the front. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, we certainly don't need the lower axle stand. Or do we? No, she'll sit like that. That's impressive. Let's try the front. I've removed the axle stand set to the lower setting because I have a funny feeling we're not going to need it for this test on this vehicle. Let's lift up the front wheel and see how well we do. Oh, will it do it? Yes, it does. That's on the ground. Okay, let's see how the C44 does with its coil suspension. I'll do it the courtesy of assuming that with its coil springs it'll do at least as well as the C94. Let's see. I think that's pretty much where we're leaving the ground, and we've got no hope. Absolutely no chance. Let's see how bad it is. I'll lift the wheel and place the axle stand beneath. Well, I can't get my finger under this tyre, but I nearly can. I kind of can actually. So we've got less articulation than on the C94. That's extraordinary. Let's look at the front. Okay, up it goes. Oh, once again, it's not as good. That wheel's off the ground. Let's push it down, because I did push the other one down, didn't I? See if it stays. Kinda. It's not that much worse, is it? They're almost the same, but the C94's better. But all this is very theoretical. I think we should actually take them out, find some real, genuine, real-world obstacles, and compare them that way. Let's try the one with the superior articulation first, until we find something it can't do. That is stuck. Move the camera. I'll just try again. I'll just break it if I carry on. It's stuck. Let's try the other. I think we can all agree that coils beat leaf springs there. That's lack of ground clearance rather than articulation. Let's try the C44. But I'm going to take a more conservative line, which is hardly fair on the UAZ. I'm going to go round that peak if I can, if my articulation allows me to. And no, it doesn't. Let's try the C94 first. Great, stayed on its wheels. The C44 is also still on its wheels. Okay, this is a bodywork overhang problem rather than axle articulation. I'll use a bit of wheel speed. There we go, now we'll crawl up. It is so hard to separate these two in terms of performance. At home with the coffee cup it seemed obvious that the UAZ would do better, but out here in the field they seem to be just about the same. And given the asking price, and given what the likes of New Bright were giving us at that price 10 years ago, I think we can all be very grateful for the existence of WPL.